Hey guys, today I have Dr. Urvish Shet, who has secured an All India rank of 2960 in the NEET PG 2025 in his first attempt during internship. Congratulations, Dr. Urvish.
Thank you, Vaibhav. Thank you for having me.
My
I
pleasure,
mean,
man.
when
Can you? What?
Bali asks if he can interview you, you just can't say no. So, yeah, thank you for having me.
Okay, Urvish. Can you walk us through your UG journey? How was it?
I mean, I think you're a better judge to say what I did, what I didn't do. So, honestly, I think uh, now that I look back at it, my UG journey was nothing like too hectic or I was just too serious or anything like that. I was studying and I was playing basketball, obviously, and just having fun. But when it was time to study, I did study properly. So yeah, I don't think there's anything much to talk about because it's just another medical journey that I had in my MBBS days. So
And it was really nice. Like we all were in the same unit, starting from the beginning. Like same dissection table to same units in our postings, and then same units in internship.
for sure.
So
I mean, having Vibo is like a crazy thing. He always cracks you up with jokes that only he could think of.
yeah, some dark humor shit. Okay. Okay, Urvish, coming to your preparation journey for this NEET PG, when did you actually start preparing for this NEET PG?
Okay, so basically, to say like the proper timeline, I started focusing on my NEET preparation, I think only in internship, and that too in the second half of my internship when we were in PSM, because that's when I saw you solving questions and I joined in. And the thing is, we really had this what do I say? Like we helped each other actually get motivated to start studying for NEET, and I think that helped me in a huge way because after solving questions is when I was like, you know what, I can actually give it an attempt this year itself because uh, just starting with the questions and then I had the revision videos. I used Marrow for revision videos, and I think I did patho, micro, and surgery, OBG, uh, pharmac. Yeah, I think I only did these subjects in my internship, but that is just in specific to NEET preparation. I think what really helped me in securing my rank was the fact that my base was pretty strong from my UG days. It was not like I had Marrow from second year, but I never used it. And barely we used it for like some two, three videos in each subject. But uh, I actually liked studying from the textbooks itself because it gave you a much more, you know,
Better.
patterned way of studying. It was not like just points or something. I just felt good studying from textbooks. And it was not like I did the entire textbook as well, like some of you might do. It's not like it's a bad thing, but I was of the mindset that the things I do, I have to do it well. That's it. So that really helped me in building a strong base. My focus was to make sure that the things I did well. So that really helped me in internship because what I did in the revision videos and the questions, that essentially was just a refresher of what I had done in my MBBS days, the 4 years. So I would say my fourth year was the strongest because that was when I really did all the Marrow videos for pediatric surgery and OBG, and I must tell you that that really helped me a lot. And I did textbooks, so I think Marrow in fourth year was when I really made use of it, and it really helped me a lot. Uh, so in internship, like I think there were 4 months to get over with, and I started with solving questions only. It was just custom modules, random questions. Sometimes I used to put only fourth year subjects, sometimes third year. I used to solve it for two, obviously, but yeah. So basically, we just started solving questions and topics which I didn't know, you used to tell me, and if you had a doubt in any question, I used to help you out. So that's how I actually started seeing it like, you know what, I'll just give an attempt this time at least, and not just simply be not doing anything and just think that I will give my attempt in 1 year time. I think that's the wrong way of thinking. But yeah, that's how my NEET preparation journey started. And so till internship, I think I was just focusing on finishing questions and the revision videos of Maro. And for INI, basically, I just focused on PYQs. I didn't do anything else because there was only some 12 days or something after our graduation for INI. So I just solely focused on PYQs in Maro, and to my surprise, like the exam in INI, I got a pretty decent rank, like 5K or something, for just 12 days of actually solving the questions, and that gave me a huge boost, and it just boosted my confidence so much, because then I was like, you know what, I'll attempt NEET like with my effort.
Okay, Urvish, what strategy you used after INI CET that helped you a lot for NEET PG exam to get that good rank of 2K?
Yeah, so basically after INI, after the results came out, I was sure that PYQs were the most important thing. So I never let go of that thing. Every day I used to solve at least like some 25 PYQs, and then as NEET came closer, I started solving more. But I hadn't touched subjects like psychiatry, ortho, and dermat for this INI basically, and before that also essentially. But yeah, so that's when I actually started using BTR for these short subjects, and I must tell you that really helped me a lot, because I just found that in the revision videos in Maro, the short subjects have been just given too much information when that's not really required, is what I think. But BTR, I think it's very concise, and she does a really good job. And so yeah, basically after doing the short subjects, I realized that I started to try to revise the revision videos of Maro itself, and I was going too slow, and I just thought I had to pick up pace. And the thing was, the base concepts and all were pretty clear in my head, so I wanted something I could really revise out of. So that's when I just saw the videos of BTR once, and I really loved the integrated system, micro and biochem in BTR, because I felt that was, not the integrated system, but the micro subject and biochem in BTR was really well done. Like I would say better than even the revision videos of Maro. So that's when I was like, for this attempt, I'll just use BTR. Because surgery and OBG, like I said, in my fourth year, I was really good at it. I had done Maro, and I remembered pretty well from there. So for those two subjects, I just stuck to Marrow itself, from what I remembered and stuff. But for the other subjects, for the integrated systems, I used it, and I found it really helpful. The thing about BTR is that everything important is in it. So basically, that should be your base. So if you don't, for NEET is an exam where they focus on the intricacies and like the details of certain aspects of a disease or anything that is. And BTR, I think, really focuses on them, like the main parts of it. Everything you need to know is in that. I'm not saying BTR is enough or anything, but I'm just saying for revision wise, I found it really helpful, because I'm someone who would rather start off with something which is less and then add information as I'm good at it. And some people are not like that. Some people would rather start off with something big and then they condense it every week or something like that. I never work like that. So I found BTR very helpful, because this it's small and I could retain stuff better. And I would say the main source I had used was essentially the PYQs. I really focused on the PYQs and questions. Once I was confident that if any PYQ or a previous year topic was given, I would essentially be getting it right. That's when I started focusing on the question bank of Marrow itself. But question of Bank of Marrow, I just solved the question. The custom modules. I never went into each subject and start solving it. So my preparation has essentially been like a mix of both ETR and Marrow. And If you're in fourth year or something, I would definitely tell you to do Marrow because it's just too good. And the textbooks. I think combination of both is going to give you the best base you need. And yeah, so yeah, that's about it.
I think you should not replace textbooks with your coaching platforms. And one more thing, Urvish, juniors were asking after my NEET, like, how is BTR? Like, how should one utilize BTR? I guess you have used that.
Uh,
Please guide us about that, like how one should utilize
okay,
that
so
BTR
I
period.
would say this. If you think your okay, BTR should only be used by interns and above, like if you're after finishing internship. If you're starting in your fourth year, it's the dumbest move you can make because BTR is highly concise and it's like it's assuming you know stuff. At least you have a base of it. She does explain things and it's good for sure. I mean, I would definitely recommend it for revision, but it's only for revision. If you want to learn the subjects, textbooks are the way to go because even Marrow for that matter of fact, you just don't get the flow, is what I feel. So textbooks get a solid hang of it, and that will really help you in getting that base from which you can build off of. Marrow that way is really good, and the main videos are really good in making you understand the concept. So in third, fourth year, if you're starting off, amazing. If you're done with your third and fourth year subjects in Marrow, that's like you're already ahead of most of the people. But again, I'm just stressing on this again and again. BTR is for only need prep and not as it can't be used as a substitute for Marrow or any other coaching platform or anything. I would say BTR, but if you're planning to use BTR, especially if you've not started it and you're on short of time, then I think BTR just works wonders because in that short time it gives you the highest yield, and yeah. So once I actually was not aware of BTR till I realized that I had to do the short subjects, and one of my friends told me, and I started using it, and I just loved the way it was very concise. And the thing about BTR is, if you do it once, it's of no use. So you have to do it again and again because it's so concise and condensed with the information. But once you do it well, you're essentially because I feel I had a really good understanding of the subjects. So this was just like a really good refresher and things I had to focus on for need. So BTR really helped me, you know, uh, get down my revision time because me personally, revision is the most important thing for me to remember anything. And I think NEET also goes about how much you can retain stuff. Uh, so, uh, what do I say? The
Yeah,
last
about
week.
revisions.
So basically, the last week of my NEET prep, I just did BTR again. Just all the subjects I had to do them. Although I gave a little less time because I was still trying to do questions and everything. But I think having that last read of all the things is really important to get a good rank in NEET because some of the things you just can't remember for life. They're just facts, and you just have to remember for that particular exam. So having that short book essentially is really going to help. But I
It's
would
like a
again,
20th notebook for you during the last phases of
yeah,
NEET PG prep.
basically, yeah, essentially, yeah.
So, like, one thing important is directly going to BTR, it doesn't make sense because you should have a proper basics and a very good understanding of subjects, I guess.
Yeah, so
And
basically, that's what I said. So if you're starting in your internship, and okay, so one more thing I would like to make clear is if you're doing revision videos or of any platform, and you know you can revise it, then please go ahead with that. You don't have to switch to BTR. The thing is, I felt personally that I had not completed the revision videos enough for me to be able to revise again and again because I feel at least like three revisions are required to perfectly get a hold of whatever you're reading. So I didn't have that time because I started pretty late in my internship to study. Uh, Rapid the revision videos of Maro are really good, but I still feel it's a little more. So definitely don't do the main videos in internship for your NEET preparation. I think because No one's going to go in that much depth. You already have done that in your third and fourth year, so that should basically form the base, and everything you do after that is just basically a strategized effort to make sure you crack the exam essentially.
So directly starting with BTR is like jumping from a building thinking you will fly, but you will only fly for once, I guess.
Yeah.
Urvish, what's that one thing you liked the most about BTR?
Okay, something I really loved was the integrated systems, because the way she's got around physiology, patho, pharmac, and medicine. In any platform, if you see, I think medicine is so vast. But in BTR, it's so well integrated. You really feel like you understood, and the things you don't know, you feel like, oh yeah, this is what is connecting it to this, and that really helps you consolidate information much better than if you would have done patho separately and pharma separately, medicine separately. So BTR that way does an amazing job, and for subjects like micro and biochem, I think she's done such a good job of getting all the information in. I would personally recommend, if you're doing BTR, please do integrated systems and then micro and biochem. These three subjects are like really good according to me. I would recommend you not to do surgery and OBG from BTR, because I actually feel it's a little less for the number of questions which come in NEET. I think you need a little more. So if you can, definitely do surgery and OBG from other
Nah.
platforms, or if you're anything else. PSM is decent, but again, I would recommend it. You do it from something else. So how I would approach an exam is basically focus on the weightage of each subject. So that will give you an idea of where you need to focus on, which subjects you need to focus on. The short subjects, without a doubt, just go ahead with BTR. I don't think, and the PYQs, I think you'll be set, because out of the five questions, minimum four you'll get if you solve BTR. I mean, if you do BTR and solve the PYQs. Uh, OBG and surgery, I would say I felt it a little less because I had done it from Marrow and I had a good knowledge, right? I had good knowledge about it. So I felt I remembered more from what I did in fourth year itself. And BTR was just, again, a revision tool to go ahead of.
Okay. Coming to your internship part, Urvish, how did you manage doing duties and like preparing for NEET PG?
Yeah, so basically, I mean, I didn't really prepare till I had PSM. So, but yeah, I did do my internship really well. I really focused on making sure I learned everything I could in the time we had an internship, especially surgery, OBG, medicine, all of it. You know, did a little extra work, got to do a little more, and through the PG. So uh, I had a lot of fun in internship, honestly. Was playing basketball, studying. Towards the end, I did when PSM started. I think I was a little more focused to studying for NEET. So I feel internship is something that every person has to go through and do it well, because that's where you actually learn what to do with respect to a patient and how to just basically deal with anything. If you don't do it well, then you're just simply studying, and I personally feel that that's no way to go about it. Internship is one of the best times I had in my entire UG and my internship combined. It's just internship was so much fun, even if it was so much work. You bonding with your co-interns and your PGs, and it's just a lot of fun, and you get to learn so much more. See, basically, learning from a book is different, and learning while actually treating patients is just a different thing. So internship, if you can do it, study if you can study is what I mean, then that's amazing. Vivo did it. He's the one guy who, even after duty days, he used to go sit in the study room, study, and people like that do exist. But if you can't do it also in the major postings, it's okay, because as long as you're doing internship properly, you'll enjoy it. And I think it's really necessary that you do your internship well. It'll help you in ways you don't realize right now. But in the NEET exam, suddenly if they ask you some random thing and it just flashes.
Example is the cannula size and the color coding. That is the best example. They will
Yeah,
ask you NEET and INI CET both.
basically. So you don't know how the things you learned in internship will help you out in the NEET exams. And it's just, it's the best part of your UG days, I feel, because you're working and you're having fun at the same time. You don't have a lot of responsibilities as being the main doctor as such. So, and you get to do a lot of fun stuff. uh,
Basically, you should have good co-interns.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay, tell about your preparation during internship, like last part. How did you start? And
Like I said, I started off with questions, and it was not like I had done anything to start the questions off. I gave the first duty towards the end of December, and I got around 104. So I wasn't like, you know, very focused that I'd make it in the first attempt that I gave. But when I had PSM, I had a lot of time, anyways. So it's basically I saw you solving questions, and I was like, yeah, I'll just join in, and it was really fun. Just even if I didn't get it in this attempt, I would have, definitely benefited from what I'd done during those last PSM days when you're absolutely free and you just, you know the questions just help you so much in a way that you won't understand right now, but when you give the exam you'll realize that that's one of the best ways you can learn, because it's a little challenging when you're solving the questions without knowing, and then through the questions only you'll have a understanding of, they'll give you the what do you call, the explanation of what the correct answer is and why it is, and you'll learn from there. And if you're solving it with a friend, that's the best thing to do, because both of you will be improving yourselves. And I would suggest get a friend who is a little focused on need preparation, because that way you will be motivated to do more. Because if I had not seen other people sit and solve questions while doing internship, I don't think I would have taken it seriously enough. But I'm so glad that I did, because uh, I think wasting a year just because you're not serious enough to give it in the first attempt, I don't think it makes sense. If you don't get it in the first attempt, good. You gave it a good attempt. I'm not even saying like study through your entire internship and do something like that. I'm just saying when you're totally free, might as well give some time to focus on preparing.
okay, then one thing after internship in May, we get INI CET exam. So,
Yeah.
is it important to give that INI CET before your NEET PG?
I would say 100% you have to give that INI CET exam. It's just that you'll get a feel of what NEET will be like. Doesn't matter if you're not prepared for it, doesn't matter if you've not completed subjects at all, just go give the exam. Because I realized that I could actually do well in NEET because of the fact that I got a really good rank. Considering the fact that I had just 12 days or something for, and that too I just solved questions. So if I'd not given INI, then NEET would have been something totally new. I knew what time, the time constraints are during the exam itself, what it feels like to be it's just basically give it like a practice exam at least. Even if you're not, no one's asking you to score a rank within 100 in the first attempt of INI or anything like that. It's just that once you focus on giving one exam properly, you'll realize that you'll learn so many things from that exam. Just how to go about your preparation, what is working, what is not. Everything you'll learn through giving just one national exam, basically. So I would recommend every single one who's trying to write NEET to go ahead and give the INI exam, because it really helps you a lot. Trust me when I say this. It doesn't matter if you've not studied anything, if you have subjects left, just please go give it. You'll understand the benefit of it once you give it. If you're constant, that's why people tell you to give GTs as well, because sitting for 3.5 hours is actually, while concentrating on the questions and remembering stuff, is a difficult task. So as long as the more you are used to it, the better it will be for you in your final NEET exam, because finally it's those 3.5 hours which are going to decide your rank. It's not the 1 year of studying you've done or anything. It finally comes down to that day, how composed you are, and at that moment of time, what will strike you and what will not, that will decide your rank. So just make sure you attempt INI, because if you've not done it well, then it's just a reminder to you to make sure you step up your game, and you have to put in more efforts to crack NEET essentially. And if you've done well, huge confidence boost. So yeah, definitely give INI.
So, like you were mentioning about exam day, like how was your exam day, Urvish? Were you nervous?
So my exam day was not at all good. So again, one more advice if I have to give: just assume everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Okay, right from the fact that you'll not get a center which is close to your home at all. You'll get it somewhere in some random state. I got it in Hyderabad. I had to travel, and the center was pretty far from the city itself. So I didn't have a good place to stay at night. So I didn't get any sleep. One because of the hotel, and one because of the stress of giving NEET this year itself. Because we did get the 1.5 month or 2 months, postponement. So I was like, I have to make it in this attempt only. So a little bit of stress, but uh, basically, I think I slept at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up at 6. And I had started to sleep at basically 11 o'clock in the night. I slept for an hour in 11 to 12, and I don't know why I woke up, but I woke up, and after that, I didn't get any sleep till 4 o'clock. And the next thing I know, it was 6 in the morning. I wake up, and I have my breakfast, and I'm already feeling drowsy. And the worst part was we had booked an auto the previous night to make sure he drops us to the exam center.
Exams.
Dude has bailed so bad on us, and we realized it with like an hour left to the exam. And I'm like, what is happening right now? Why is everything going wrong? And to my good luck, finally, I got an auto, and we got on it, and there was such a big jam there. Shit, man, it was like so tense up, because what is the point of going all the way and not even writing the exam? It's like such a bad thing to happen. But yeah, I managed to compose myself a little bit, and before the exam started, I was like, yes, now everything will go my way. And I sat down, and halfway into the, I'm not even halfway, I think section B only, I started having a headache, and I was like, you can't be serious. And yeah, but these are the things, unexpected things which will happen during the day of your exam. And the more exams you give, basically the better off you are in handling these situations. So my exam day was not at all how I expected it to go, but yeah, the result was decent. So that's it.
So one thing my seniors used to tell is just give first attempt so that in the next attempt you will get the center of your choice. Usually in the
No,
first attempt they will not allow it, it seems. That's why we used to. That's why we have to like apply for the exam at least so that we'll
no.
get in
Do
next.
in this idea of not attempting NEET also. It doesn't matter if you have zero knowledge. Please just go attempt. And don't attempt less than, people have seen people attempting less than 100 questions and all. I think that's the stupidest thing to do. You have no pressure at all. Just go ahead and attempt how many ever you can. I would say a proper decent attempt is minimum 190 questions, because you never know when things will go your way. You just have to be lucky enough that the questions which you don't know and you've answered, if you get them right, your rank increases by so much. What's the point of not even attempting a question because you're afraid that you're not going to get it right? You're not going to get it right even if you don't attempt. So basically, please attempt minimum more than 180, guys. Like, and if you've done, at least like studied a little bit and you have good knowledge, please attempt 190, because less than 190, you're essentially digging your own grave. There's no way you're gonna, even if you get all the questions you do right, if you're not attempting like a 180 or something, it's going to be very difficult for you to match up to people who have attempted more than that. Because I think, and like everyone says it also, like in 200 questions, 20 questions will be something which no one will know, and the other 20 will be very difficult questions. And if you're not going to take a chance on the very difficult questions at least, then you'll just solve, like you're basically doing only PYQs and just coming back from the exam. So I would just really tell you to give NEET. NEET though 100%. Please give. Don't be. afraid that you'll not get a rank or anything, just go ahead and give it. It doesn't matter. It's only for your practice, even if you take it.
Okay. What advice you would like to give your juniors, those who are preparing and those who are in their UG days?
So for interns, definitely believe in yourself, guys. Like, just you've done 4 years of studying, even if you've not done any NEET related stuff. It really helps if you have a good base. So just don't give up before you write the exam itself. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes people do, and they just don't think. They have this misconception that, oh, you need at least a year to study and then write the exam, and I think that's the biggest misconception people have, because honestly I feel 3 months is like very good enough time to get your revise and refresh all the things you've not remembered, and you've like forgotten in after fourth year. I think 3 months, sit properly, study, and then you can definitely get a good rank, even if you've not done anything in your internship. In your internship right now, if you've not yet started, please start solving questions. You might think, oh man, I don't know anything, what is he telling me to solve questions? Doesn't matter. Even if you get zero out of the how many ever questions you're solving, it's okay, just solve questions. It'll help you in a way you won't imagine, because just solving those questions regularly, you'll get to know, you'll just remember things that you studied along the way, you know and yeah, so just believe in yourself, guys. Just you can be delusional, okay, just doesn't matter. Just make sure, just believe that, okay, on that day I'll be the luckiest guy on the earth. I just go write the exam. You might just be the luckiest guy and you get the rank you want. You never know how things turn out. You would have studied the entire year, and that day might not have gone your way. Then what will you tell yourself? If you like, suppose you're not giving this attempt, saying your internship attempt, saying, I'll have this 1 year and next year I'm going to write it properly and all. For your bad luck, you fall ill some 2 weeks before the exam and you don't get to revise or something. Then you would have wasted that entire year to not give a proper attempt. Instead of that, take the risky attempt right after your internship. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you will have your 1 year to prepare anyways. But to say that, I won't give a proper attempt because I've not studied anything or I've not done anything, please don't fall into the grave. You're basically digging your own grave, guys. Like, I can't stress this enough. Please make sure you give at least like 2 months after your internship. If you get postponed, but like we did, I got very lucky because it did get postponed by 1.5 months or something. But even if it doesn't, just give a decent attempt. I'm not saying your best attempt also. You don't know how things will go. So yeah, that's one important thing I would like to tell my juniors. And keep yourself accountable, guys. Like, if you can't keep yourself accountable, have a friend. Because you're right. After internship, straight away starting to study is like going to be difficult for anyone. But if you have a friend and you're kind of studying together, essentially, it will really help you stay on track and do something every single day. Because uh, there will be some days where you're like, oh man, you know what, just I don't want to do something, and uh, seeing that the other person is still doing it, you'll get that extra motivation to you know do something. And for the people in third and fourth year, I would say, don't think about NEET right now. Please focus on getting your concepts and your basic base right, guys. Like, that's the most important thing, because once you realize that your base is strong, then neat preparation will essentially be you revising from your own notes or whatever you've used. If you don't have a strong base, then giving that internship attempt is also going to be a little more difficult. But again, when I say strong base, it doesn't mean you should have studied the entire textbook some 3 4 times or anything. You would have passed your first, second year, third, all these years. So you would have a good knowledge, and you just have to build off of it. So third, fourth year, if you can do Marrow, amazing, but please do your textbooks properly and build your concepts from there. Yeah, I think this is like my biggest advice to people.
And one thing that helped me and you is we solving MCQs together in our OPDs.
Yeah,
Whenever we were free in PSM, we used to sit together in like same OPD and then solve custom module. It's because of you only I started solving more MCQs. And then we used to discuss those topics whichever
exactly.
we used to make mistakes. So because of that, that helped us a lot to learn new things from each other. So in that way, you can also find someone who is studying with you, which branch you want to take for your post graduation and college of like your preference.
So I want to take up general surgery, and I'll mostly take it in Bangalore Medical College only.
So thank you so much, Urvish. This interview will help a lot of juniors, those who are preparing and those who are in their UG. So thank you so much for taking up this interview.
Thank you so much for having me, boss.